Alright, let's welcome everybody to the Madiba official channel. Please, if this is your first time of seeing our content, this channel is all about sports that's happening in Ghana. So everything that you want to know about Ghana sports, all that you have to do is just click on the subscribe button and also make sure that you turn on the bell. So whenever we upload the content, you'll be notified. Whatever that's going on in the Ghana Premier League, you get to know of the previews and the reviews, the reactions from the coaches, from the players, and what have you. We also break news so that you can get to know whatever that's trending in the local scene in terms of sports. So please, if you want to know much more about Ghana football, this is the channel for you. Just subscribe and please sit down and enjoy. We are going to start today's show from the camp of the record winners of the MTN FA Cup. The rainbow colors never say die until the boats are rotten. Accra House of Folk, the beautiful people with beautiful colors. The team led by Zlatko Matic, the Serbian, the club president Togbi Afede, and all the board members. Now, one of their board members, that's why I started from there, Frank Nel is saying that the Ghana Premier League will be theirs come the end of the season. And his reason is that when the players went to the CHAN, House of Folk was still competing in the Ghana Premier League. And as a matter of fact, the players that stayed and played did the job very well. Although some of the matches that they should have been picking up the points, they didn't. They lost ground on the league leaders, Irena Stars, and the chasing pack in the shape of Bechem United, Accra Lions. But for him, with the return of Glasson Awako, Seydou Suraj, Dennis Nkrumah Kosa, Kuredu Yadom, House of Folk will be able to challenge for the Ghana Premier League, and that everything that happened in the past will now be wiped away and the club will start soldiering for it. And each and every game that they will play after here, they will be able to get the points because they now have the quality players that they needed, because for you to be selected into the CHAN, it tells the quality that you possess. And that's why after Glasson Awako left the team, the club wasn't in the shape that it should have been. But with Kuredu Yadom coming to partner Caleb Amankwa, who has won back-to-back Man of the Match awards. He won against Mediema Sporting Club. He won again against Legon City's Football Club. So it tells the kind of form that he's in. Although Robert Adusua is there, but with Kuredu Yadom and that is Caleb Amankwa, they can form that partnership that can give us the springboard for them to eventually win the Ghana Premier League. The left side of their defense has been lacking because after Dennis Kosa left the club for CHAN, Rashid Okain and co has been playing that position. Even in the latter days, it has been Samuel Ilkum who has been drafted from the right fullback to play as a left back, who you and I know is not a typical left back and it doesn't fare well very well at the left side. So with Dennis Nkrumah Kosa coming to play as a left back, Samuel Ilkum reverted back into his usual right fullback position. Seydou Suraj coming into the middle of the park, making sure that you add up to the goals of the club, and Glasson Awako coming back with the experience and also bringing that leadership qualities that they lacked in the middle of the park after he left for the CHAN. House of Folk are good to go, and the Ghana Premier League will be theirs coming the end of the season. But I don't agree with Frank Nelson and Wokolo's assessment. It's true, with the inclusion of the players that are returning from CHAN, House of Folk will be much more stronger than they were when they left the club. But the question is, the players that left and came back, are they strikers? Are they goal scorers? Do they have that goal scoring instinct in them? Do they have that DNA in them? Because for me, House of Folk's main bane, their problems have been the attack. If you don't concede, you don't lose a game. But if you don't score too, you don't also win a game. So that's the double sword thing that the folk has to make sure that they will correct. Although they brought Albert, Yogo, Diego, but with Albert, Yonde, Diego, He's yet to play the Ghana Premier League for us to see. And if you look at the number of foreign players that as folk have brought in the Ghana Premier League in recent times, almost all of them haven't fared well in the Ghana Premier League, especially their strikers. You look at their son Ochan, they brought him for him to come and make sure that he will do better than the likes of Kojo Bin Jr. has been doing for the club. He's in, but Hello Folk is yet to get the reward of what they paid for. He's yet to score a goal, even an assist too has become a problem. They brought Junior Kaba this season too. After 9 or 10 matches, he was let go because he couldn't give them the goals. So another foreign player from Zimbabwean League who has been out for some years without playing a game, it tells you that this will be a new terrain to him. I'm not saying that he cannot do it, because always we've seen players playing in different leagues and they'll hit the ground running. Because Frank Nel and Tuga Bella is a prime example. But look at Mukwala. He came from Uganda and it took him time for him to get into the mojo of the Ghana Premier League. So Albert Iyonde will need time. So for me, with the coming back of these players, how the folk have to also work on their attackers. That's where the problem lies, because if, let's say, they concede one and attacker is to score, let's say, about 3 goals, they are good to go. Even 2 goals, they will be good to go. But how the folk have not been able to do that in their most recent matches. Even this season, them scoring 3 or 4 goals has become a problem. We've seen Bechem winning by 6 goals, Kotko winning by 5 goals. But how the folk have not been able to kill off teams when they get them. And even scoring goals has become a problem. Against Mediama, Kojo Bin Jr. scored a goal. But if you look at how the goal came, it was a scrappy goal, they will take it. But I'm talking about, you look at a striker scoring a typical striker's goal to aid a club. How the folk still has no such striker in their team. They brought Victor Edu back from loan, but he's here to play a match for us to see the kind of Edu that's back in the team. So for me, I think Nelson Nwokolo should try to limit expectations. It's true, how the folk is a big club that will always try to win all the trophies that's put on the table. But looking at how the players have been playing this far, for me, I think Frank Nelson Nwokolo should have just tell us something than trying to put pressure on the team, because knowing that their problem is not yet solved. Signing players different from them delivering. Pierre-Emerick Emiliano Francois Aubameyang was brought in from Barcelona to Chelsea to solve their goal scoring issues. He's in the team, but yet still he's not been able to score the goal for Chelsea. So even their Champions League squad, they've taken off to replace by some players. So what it means is that bringing in players is different from them settling in and giving you the result. For me, I think how folk win the Ghana Premier League will depend on how well they can be able to improve and get their attackers to score the goals. And that's when, for me, I can be confident and say how folk can be able to challenge the chasing pack for the Ghana Premier League title. Let us know your thoughts on what Frank Nelson Nwokolo had to say concerning how the folk and their quest to win the Ghana Premier League for the first time since 2021. This word time will permit us for today's version of the Madiba official show. Let us know your thoughts on this content by leaving your comment. You can also help us by liking and sharing. And if you've not already subscribed, kindly click on the subscribe button for videos like this and many more. Thank you, and may the Lord Almighty be with us all. Bye-bye.